So this video is just an eyebrow tutorial because sometimes people ask me how I do my eyebrows, and I know my eyebrows don't look perfect right now, but I've also been wearing this look for like hours. But this is just one of the ways that I try to do my eyebrows, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So I already washed my face and I moisturized before I started this video. And to do my eyebrows, I start off by just using my spoolie to brush them up. And I got this spoolie from e.l.f. Cosmetics. After that, I take my Wet n Wild eyeliner pencil in the color Summer Brown now, and I just underline my eyebrows. So I'm starting off with the straight line on the bottom, and then where I want my arch to be, I take that line and I curve it downwards. Then I go in at the top doing the same thing, and I just go over the natural eyebrow line that I already have. So I draw that straight line at the top and then I curve it down at the arch. So now I'm using what I've already drawn as kind of like a stencil, and anything in between I just color it in with this same pencil, just making sure that everything's filled in and as full as I want it to look. When I drew my top line, I don't fill in the very front because I don't want it to be too dark and bulky at the front. So now I'm just going to go in with my spoolie and brush up. Then I'm going to use the e.l.f. concealer, the Camo concealer, and I'm just going to apply that on my hand so I can continue using it throughout this video. And I'm going to go in with my concealer brush, which can be any concealer brush. I got this one from Amazon for about 95 cents. And I'm going to get ready to conceal my eyebrows. So to conceal my eyebrows, I just grab some of that concealer and I go over where I already drew just to make sure everything's neat. So I imagine this was like an eraser tool, and I was going over the outside to just correct what I already did. So I'm just making sure that anything that pokes out is gone, concealed, it's just erased. And I'm going to do this at the top and at the bottom. Another thing is, if you feel like you drew your eyebrow too thick, you can also use this to conceal it, to make it thinner. So go above your eyebrow and just make it the size that you want it to be. Now that I finished and I got the look I want, I'm just using the same brush to blend the concealer out. And I'm going to cover this with foundation, so I'm not really caring about it being blended out all the way. But if you're not going to put foundation or anything on top of it, definitely make sure that it's just not super light around your eyebrows, and then the rest of your face is your normal skin tone. So I don't always do this next step, but I went in with my e.l.f. pomade and I just kind of tried to fill it in more so that my eyebrows were a bit darker, because this brown is a little bit too brown for me. And then I just used it also to give me more of a precise end rather than just the end that just stopped where it was. Because this brush is thinner than my pencil, it helped to give me that end that I wanted at my tail. And then I'm just going to conceal again to make sure it looks the way that I want it to look. And remember, conceal literally means to hide. So where I made my eyebrow too long accidentally, where I dragged out the product, I'm just going to use the concealer to just make it the length that I would like it to be. So this is the shape that I prefer my eyebrow to be, and I'm just going to blend that product out again. Now moving on with the next eyebrow, I'm going to repeat those same steps just on another eyebrow. And this eyebrow is often tricky for me because I feel like the shape is just different and it's more weird for me, but you can still complete the same steps and just use your concealer to fix anything that you mess up. So once again, I'm going on the bottom and I'm just filling out that shape that I want and then doing the same thing at the top. As you can see, this is where my eyebrow was different. Here, I'm waiting for my hair to grow back. I had kind of a gap, so I'm just filling that in with the pencil, and I'm going to go over it with the pomade later on. Then I'm using my spoolie to brush up again to fill in those hairs. But I don't want it to be too dark, so like I said earlier, do not fill in the top of your eyebrow. Don't put that line on the top. You don't want it to look super bulky like a square or anything. And then you just conceal the outside again. Sometimes, especially on this eyebrow, I start my concealer a little lower than my eyebrow so I can just build the product up. That way I don't mess up and accidentally conceal in the inside of my eyebrow and mess that up. Then I'm going and doing that same thing on the top again, just concealing it to make that shape that I like. And as you can see already, this eyebrow is definitely thicker than the one that I did before, and I do like the one that I did before better. So I'm going to continue to use my concealer and just cover up where I don't like, make it more thin, and just make it to my desired shape. I'm just gonna speed this part up a bit because I messed up my shape a bit, but it's the same drill as with that first eyebrow. If this doesn't show you anything, it definitely shows you how much of a lifesaver that concealer is. Like, my eyebrow was so thick, and this whole time I've just been going in with concealer just to make sure that my eyebrow was the size that I want, just fix up the shape, the length, and everything. And this is what I was talking about earlier, where I'm just going in with my pomade, and I especially use this on the part where there's like no eyebrow hair. I'm just making sure that it's dark because my eyebrows are dark. They're not light brown, kind of like that pencil is. But definitely going in with that pomade helps to give it more of a creamier, darker look so that it blends in a bit more. And then I'm just using the concealer again just to make sure that it's cleaned up the way that I like. So now for the most part, I do like the way that my eyebrows look. I'm just going to go in and just blend that out and just make sure that the shape is exactly how I like it. Go under it one more time, do some finishing touches, and that's pretty much about it. So thank you for watching this video. If you haven't already seen the other ones, make sure to go take a look at those. And I hope this video was helpful to you. Bye.